Hello, this is Yvonne from the Berks Rice Center and the Council on Chemical Abuse. I hope you are well. So the other day I talked to you about Women's History Month and celebration of women in our history and even in our present who are making strides and paving the way for women everywhere to access better health, to help ourselves grow from a place of evolution as women. And I talked to you about reading excerpts from a book called Queen Baby, remember? And so I mentioned to you that I was going to come to you and with different excerpts from the book talking about womanhood and talking about our place and space as women, like, our perceptions and ideas and attitudes about ourselves as women in recovery. And we come from a place of really innocent understanding of who we were. And through help, through support, through nurturing of ourselves and allowing others to nurture us, we continue to grow and mature from an emotional place. And so I wanted to continue talking about Queen Baby, talking about some of the contents that are included in Queen Baby, and hoping that as I found when I was reading this, thoughts and attitudes and ideas resonated with me in terms of the content that's in here, and how it really is molded and shaped me as my place and space in recovery of evolving as a woman. And I'm hoping that some of this information resonates with you too. And again, we're talking about Queen Baby, right? And we're talking about celebrating Women's History Month and how do we as women move forward in a space and place of evolution so that we can be the best version of ourselves, right? And so it talks here about Queen Baby mentions characteristics that affect us in terms of our relationships, right? And it says, because of inhibited emotional development, we have difficulty letting go of the need to feel control. And this interferes with our ability to accept our powerlessness over the disease of addiction and over the behaviors and feelings of others. And so because we come from a place of wanting to control, we want to control outcomes, we want to control other people, we want to control other situations. And when that doesn't happen, there are times that we'll react and we don't even realize it. I think sometimes it's unconscious, but we react and we can make situations even worse for ourselves, or we feel even worse ourselves inside internally. And it says, Queen Baby characteristics aren't all bad. In fact, we are going to show you how these characteristics, with a little work, can turn into positive attributes. By working a solid recovery program that includes the 12 steps, we can tackle Queen Baby and in the process improve and build new relationships while taking care of ourselves. So, sometimes when we look at our character defects, they really came from a place of survival. And they really came from a place of the information and messages that were fed to us as we were growing up. And so when we know better, we should do better. And so these characteristics, while they were our survival skills at the time, some of these characteristics we no longer need. And actually we can remold and we can reshape ourselves in the way that we think and behave, right? And so that we have a positive outlook, a positive attitude. So we're going to go through this journey over the next several days, and we're going to go through this journey together. And so we must begin to take an honest look at our behaviors and attitudes and then evaluate what they do for us. And if they no longer meet our needs, then you know what? We have an opportunity to do something different. We have an opportunity to actually explore who we are. How do we feel about ourselves? If we kind of feel like after we've had a conversation with somebody that we don't feel our best self because of how we behaved, then we have the opportunity. We are in this place of second chances with our recovery from our disease, that we could do something differently. We can learn and we grow and we do something differently as a result of learning new attitudes and learning new behaviors. And so let's embark upon this journey together through Queen Baby, right? Let's look at some of the dynamics that Queen Baby talks about in terms of our characteristics and our behaviors. Let's see if we identify with any of them. I'm going to talk about the words that are contained in this booklet, and I will often refer to myself because I am a queen baby. And I think that through that honest admission of who we are, that understanding the need to grow is only for our betterment, what we have to lose, right? So let's come back. I'll come back to you at another time and carry this information and this conversation and this reading forward so that we can all honor our queen baby selves in a spirit of recognizing that those characteristics that we had, we needed them for that time, but we're going to move forward in a spirit of change to become our best versions of ourselves. Queen baby, y'all, I'm excited. I hope you are too. Stay tuned.